Remember, always a bigger game at play, or at least there should be. I would say one of my biggest competitive advantages in this space over the last now 7 years is that I've never looked at the daily actions and the tactics as what they may appear on face value. And what I mean by that is it's not just another email, it's not just another Facebook post, it's not just another ad, it's a cog or a brick in a bigger thing. And why I think this is critical is two reasons. One, I'm big on looking at what I'm building and reverse engineering. That's just what works for me. Some people may align with that, some people may not, and may prefer to kind of fly by the seat of their pants or whatever the expression is. Um, that's one reason that it's really critical. And then the other reason is that when you view it as part of something bigger that really excites you, whatever that may be, I think it gives you this competitive edge where other people are simply going through the motions, probably not operating with the greatest level of intention. It's more of this like get it done mentality. I have to post today mentality. I have to write an email today mentality. Whereas if you view it as like this next little stepping stone, these tiny little micro steps towards something bigger on like a longer term time horizon, I think a couple of things happen. I think you operate with more intention in terms of what you're actually creating. There's going to be a different energy that goes into it. I think you'll do the mundane and the boring, which is usually what works, for longer. And I think you'll do it for longer, more consistently within that period of time, because you will view it as such a kind of critical building block, and you want to make those like core daily actions, whatever that looks like in your ecosystem, like brushing your teeth, right? Like send an email every day. I never miss, right? Like it's just ruthless. Okay. So I wanted to just zoom back out here. Well, what is the bigger North Star, right? What is with what we're building here, which can be a little bit sterile to a degree. It's like ads and emails and funnels and offers, and there's it's very tactical and very strategic. Why are you installing this thing? What do you want it to unlock, right? Do you want it to feed, like in my case, the reason I kind of restructured my business around this model and carved out like the container that we're in down here, is because I wanted something that runs pretty automated 24/7, that really funds the growth of the brand, brings in really good people on autopilot, and then means that the work that I'm doing up here with one to one and partners and all that kind of stuff, I don't have to jump back and forth between like marketing and selling this and working with people. There's a machine for me that feeds this element of the business, right? And keep in mind, I ran pretty much an exclusively one to one business for like 2 years, and it's a great model. But the challenge is when you have to jump back and forth between I'm delivering one to one and now I'm going to go sell one to one, right? So for me, it's to fuel this part of the business. And then both of these elements are to fuel the investment portfolio that I'm building up, right? So my point isn't that you need to model this structure, but you should have clarity on where the operating system or the model that we're building sits in the big scheme of things for you. Okay. And it is worth spending some time thinking about it, because, when we're on these calls or you start a new program or you're launching a new funnel and energy's high, the daily actions are pretty easy at that point. But it's like, it's 90 days in, it's 120 days in, it's after you've had a week of not getting the replies that you want to your emails, which happens to me all the time. Like it's rarely linear. It ebbs and flows like everything. And it's in those times that having this kind of North Star becomes really, really critical, because you can zoom out and be like, all right, this is just a really small piece of something much bigger that I'm building here. And it's all gonna be okay. All right. So that's definitely something that I would be putting some time and energy into in September. If you haven't already, if you know, you might be a visual person, you might be in like an auditory person and you want to talk it to yourself. You might like create like an audio file, you know, call it my North Star. Um, and you could even write like a little script to yourself and read it out so you can listen back. Like I revisit this pretty much daily because it keeps me grounded in what I'm building. All right. So this is a little reminder. Make sure you've got a bigger picture North Star. I've worked with a lot of people that go through this exercise always do better for longer, period. Because it changes the game that you're playing. Okay.